next session is the another one important session. Our Dayagar Rao is going to chair the session, and you know very well IMR, Indian Institute of Millet Research. Now the phase changed. His one person is behind, apart from the director, is the Dr. Dayagar Rao, and a lot of products and a lot of innovative things is happening in the Indian Institute of Millet Research. And as a CEO of that incubation center, and he's the good friend of mine as well as the good supporter, and we are working together to make a really wonderful year of millet in 2023, and hope with the support and both the institutions, the Ministry of Food Processing and the Ministry of Agriculture, we will make it what the government of India wanted to see that. So over to Dayagar Rao sir, and really thank you so much for accepting our invitation, being with us, sir.
So, sir, as we are moving ahead towards our next technical session, I would quickly introduce Sir, as our next session is on startup opportunities for millet processing. So, Sir is principal scientist at IIMR Hyderabad, and he's the CEO of NutriHub and principal scientist. He's the nodal officer for National Millets Mission of Government of India, and heading the NutriHub and Center of Excellence, blending the science and technology with business. He is credited with development of millets value chain in country. He has received several awards such as National Sri Dhanya Awards for Outstanding Scientist category in 2018, the ICR IMR's Best Principal Scientist Award 2021, and the FICCI Award for the category of Best Food Processors in 2014. With passion for millet promotion, he has developed more than 60 millet-based value-added product technologies and made them available for transfer to entrepreneurs. He has commercialized 30 millet products under India's first ever millet brand, Eat Right, which inspired the 400 startup in a 4-year span. About 200 startups are built up, and another 300 were handheld by NutriHub. We welcome you, sir, and the session is over to you, sir.
At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Anand Ramakrishnan, C. Anand Ramakrishnan. In fact, some of the sessions I was also hearing, and they were all very useful. Now, we're just getting into the startup opportunities for millet processing. The topic that is given, in fact, the webinar itself is on the business opportunities in millet processing. So, I would play, in fact, we have our team of Shyam Babu, Shyam Babu, Managing Director of Millet Chef, one of the startups supported by us. Then we have KV Shivaramakrishnan. KV Shivaramakrishnan from Velavan Agro, Trichy. I think he's there. Then we have one more speaker, NL Mamata, Founder and Managing Director of Urban Millets Private Limited. Mamata?
No, sir, I think she's traveling. So on her behalf, Mr. Giri will be present.
Giri representing Urban Millets.
Yes.
Okay, others are there anyways. Thank you for this. I think I'll just start giving some little bit introduction. Later, then we'll be hearing about this. So there are lots of startup opportunities because the last mile connectivity is very, very important and essential for to take us up. Because when you talk about millets problem is not supply. Millets problem is creating demand. So, and in a situation like where production and consumption markets are disconnected, I think we are given a challenge how to bring them together, and through various stakeholders involvement. So I think one has to be really thankful. Even today's policy conducive thing where Department of Agriculture, Ministry of Food Processing, and in fact for the International Year of Millets, 20 departments are roped in, and they all are banking upon the opportunities that are around millets and bring in all the stakeholders. And the startups are the key components of this particular promotion that can happen, because they are the ones, because the bigger industry, the private industry, the previous chairman from who hails from Britannia or ITC and all. So I think for them to come in a full-fledged way, perhaps it might take, but it is all any new product that comes, it is the startups who take the risk and make use of the opportunity, build the market and clear all the clutter around it, especially with regard to the supply chain as well as the forward integration of the for any business plan. So here today we are talking about millets and millets processing. So a lot of rush that is happening around. Past 5 years, about 500 startups have come up in this sphere, and these 500 startups, if you try to just analyze them, they are all of different. Most of them they come from a background which is not akin to agriculture. They come from IT sector. They come from the non-resident Indians. They come from some women are about 30%. I think that, and you will be surprised many of those people who could take up this opportunity and are also belong to from IITs, ISBs, and many other business schools also. So, and I'm surprised also to see some of these profiles are very, very bright people who would like to take up, and we are going through COVID situations. Past 2 years have been a very tough time for these startups to take forward. In fact, the supply chain disruption happened in such a way. But you see, the number of startups who have left their endeavor, startup journey, were much lesser than other sectors. So millets, I see that a lot of people with passion they have come, and they are staying together. And some of them also got some funding opportunities during this, and we see some acquisitions that are happening around, and this is a very positive environment that is being built, because a lot depends on you how you take it and connect to the end consumer, the last mile connectivity. So keeping these points in our thing, because we would like to hear you uh, more, and at the end I'll just try to conclude. I may take a little more time at the end rather than in the beginning, though the quite some time is given to me. But I will be concluding with some of the business opportunities that are lingering around the. So to conclude this session, a real punchline, because some of the opportunities across the value chain, what could be those opportunities? I will just throw that light on that, right from the agriculture part, processing part, then digitization part, then you take it to the forward market linkages part, and connecting with the various markets, whether it is export markets, whether it's a government mass markets or government funded markets or niche markets. Within the niche markets, there are several other markets that which we can outline. So I think I don't want to take much time, because first let us hear to Shambabu Vajrapu. He is a managing director, Millet Chef. I have seen his growth over years, and a man who was very penchant for especially bakery technologies. I think and he has grown and come up in a long way. So I wish him all the best for his endeavors. But then you have about 10 minutes time. Quickly, I think you should present your case. Let all the listeners may be benefited through your success story, your personal experience. I know that when I talk about success story, there are so many failures in between. So a lot of I don't call them failures. I call them as learnings. So over to you. Shyam Babu.
Sure, sir. From Millet Chef India, we have Dr. Anjaneyulu. I'll just quickly introduce you. Sir, can you hear me? So Dr. Anjaneyulu is co-founder and head quality control at Millet Chef India Private Limited. And for sharing the success story of Millet Chef India company, today he is present with us. The session is over to you, sir, for experience sharing, please.
Thank you so much for the introduction. I would like to convey my sincere thanks to Anand Ramakrishnan sir as well as the Hacker sir for being giving this opportunity, and specific thanks to the Hacker sir. Like, he will be the master in encouraging the activities. Like, we have been with them almost from almost more than 8 years as of now, I believe. From 2015 onwards, supporting, why can't we incubate in a similar fashion, so that everyone can get the value addition of the products. So Shambabu is also very much interested to do something in our bakery line. Everyone is having a lot of ideology in bringing the food, why can't we bring out something like which is most favorite line? Like bakery is one of the most favorite line in all the kids and young generations and all. So Sham has taken that step and and has discussed with me like I wanted to start something in a very fondant way. So that ideology has triggered out, and they approached again IMR. Then the agriculture has guided now in a similar way that we can able to do a lot of value addition in the products in millets. And we started working on that same aspect. And our success story is simply nothing but being in the business and create what customer wants it. So we are creating our own products and then bringing it to sales, and it might be a disaster. But when people liking it, like we can give a same kind of opportunity in millets, which is in a very healthy way. So that is what it is making it. And our success story, our recipe in success story is also product development. And we have struggled almost like designing our products, and we have spent more than a lakhs of rupees in developing the product which is required. So there is no technical evidence that this product owns this much of shelf life, or this product have a minimum of 3 months or 4 months, 6 months. No, everything in millets is very new, because lot of scientific evidences for other products which is available in the market. And creating only from last decade, like lot of industries working on the quality, shelf life, etc. Millets, we have very much matured and kind of say like we have struggled testing the products in laboratories, and a lot of machines also which is only specific for maida based activities. But we millet chef, we have taken a leap that we don't want to use any kind of maida. That is the first principle of Sham. Actually, Sham has said that we don't want to use maida. Our company is only replicant of similar kind of activities, but we don't want to use any maida. And like general sugar, these are the two major products which we wanted to remove from the society. So if you are using the same products and giving some kind of millet, means there is no point of doing business also, or creating such ideology also. So Sham has clearly said we don't want to do it. So that is again made me to rethink about the formulations what we have thought of creating it, and reworking on without adding any kind of maida means gluten is the concern actually. Because if my product wanted to have the stability like big products, so then it will be a very much concern. Our production at the level, initial manual level, it is okay, but when we going to the machines, it is not functioning as good. So then almost like 4.5 years of lot of development failures, then finally we could have created some product which is acceptance all the generations, like younger generations as well as teenagers and older people who are looking after the nutrition. Then in the same kind of a concept made into, we have made our proprietary premixes. These proprietary premixes is a combination of all the millets. No, we are not including only one kind of millet. That a lot of people are using ragi as a base component and doing that. But ragi is the only one product in millet which is giving benefit, means that is absolutely wrong. We have almost like more than around 7-8 products which will be giving absolute benefits in lot of different nutritional activities. So we thought of keeping all the nutritional products in a similar small composition, where we can able to create a good wonderful product with all the product millets activities. So our composition will have only millets, no other than millets. We have removed maida. That is one big activity. So then we are working on the nutritional aspects, like fiber is the major concern for all of the kids and younger generation. So we wanted to keep a minimum percentage of fiber, and that too in a very good level. And protein is one more product. Actually, we have working on few products like where we can able to give approximately 60% of RDA of protein we wanted to contribute in the same kind of one serving size of cookies. So that level we have worked out, we have almost succeeded. From last 3 years, we are doing tremendously good actually. Our portfolio of product has been increased to 37 as of now. So that include breakfast premixes and cookies, different types of cookies, and people loving it. And we have created something like in a pizza basis, breads, and muffins, cakes. Into that cakes also we made into some kind of products only. Okay, so and these are very much we are using some kind of removal of sugar is a bigger challenge for us also. we made into rice-free breakfast also. So rice-free breakfast is one kind of a section, like, from morning AM to PM nutrition. That is what the recent generations people are talking. AM, PM nutrition, early morning nutrition, and PM nutrition means post-meal nutrition and all. These things what we have available from the breakfast level, breakfast cereals, exclusively for with millets. No rice, no other rolled oats kind of a thing. So we wanted to create such thing. Khichdi what we made with millets, which is almost good, and which we have started our own franchises also. So 7 franchises as of now, which is live in Andhra and Telangana. We wanted to create one exclusive bakery world also, where we will be only selling all the entire range of bakery products exclusively with millets. No other products. Like people wanted to have a cake. Yes, it is available. Pizzas, dilkush, or anything with bakery. Everything is available in the same way. Sandwiches, or even everything. Also, we wanted to create that portfolio. That is, we are working with our next big step actually. So as of now, our success story recipe is quality control aspects and traditional nutritional requirements of the kids, younger generation and all. And people wanted to love the taste. So the taste, what it is, matters actually. Everyone will have a doubt that millets can't be so tasty. So we made our products into so tasty without adding any sugar. All our products are diabetic free. Everyone can have the products without having any kind of a agitation also. So no other miscellaneous health benefits, like say example, bigger companies takes millets as a 5% or 6%, but no, we don't want to do that. Like our range into completely. So now with the help of IMR and NFPMT, so we wanted to project our products also into the Gulf Expo, and we wanted to allow that seeing requirements also. A wonderful journey of Sham and me, all putting together, and a lot of efforts, a lot of money we poured into it. But the market demand is so good actually. So, and government is also promoting that millets, and next year also is promoted as millets. Absolutely a great year to head actually. So with this, I'm concluding my talk. By the and thanks to special thanks to Mr. Hacker sir, as well as Anand Ramakrishnan sir, for giving such a good platform. Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Anjanelu. Good to hear you on this platform, and seeing you big on this platform. I see. In fact, journey was not so easy. There were several decisions that were involved. Sometimes went in positive side, sometimes going in learning side. But you stuck to that. That is what is the best part of it. Your business plan, especially baking, you have developed a USP around that. I think the type of the products that you have brought out. Uh, Very few people in the country could bring it out. So I think I should congratulate and thank you for sharing those experiences to our audience. Now I request Sri KV Shivaramakrishnan, another good friend of mine from Sri Velavan Agro, Trichy. Over to you for sharing your personal experience with regard to this and entrepreneurship.
KV Ramakrishnan sir is the founder and chief vision officer of Sri Velavan Agro, Tiruchirappalli. We welcome you, sir. The session is yours. Please, for the experience sharing, please.
Good evening, all. At the outset, I thank NIFTM to give us an opportunity in this beautiful platform. And right from the morning, I had the opportunity to listen to some great wisdom, and it's been so positive, and the pipe is increasing day by day. And I'm happy to be associated with NIFTM right from PPRC, because being a third generation miller, so I used to come to get trained in PPRC as for a rice miller for processing paddy. So it's been a journey with the institute at Tanjore. Thank you so much for inviting me, sir. And I thank Thakur sir, whom we have been very closely associated with for the past 5 years. So our millet journey specifically started from IIMR. We went raw, nothing written on the slate, because only ignorance was there. So whatever is written, Dr. Thakur had a lot of role to play in it. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom for the common benefit, sir. Now, let me start my journey. A lot of people are talking about the story. So I'll be more than happy to share my story so that people can learn from what not to do and what could be done effectively. So as in the intro given about me, I'm a third generation miller. 5 years back, somehow it stumbled upon us that rice milling is going to be not a great proposition to evolve for the future generations to come. So we thought of graduating ourselves from a grain processor to a food processor. So we decided to get into millet milling. So initial days we started selling millet as a commodity. Then we found out it has the same challenges of selling rice as a commodity. So we were not able to differentiate, or we were not able to add much more value to it. So then we had to look at value addition. And the first thing what we decided was that we agreed that we didn't know food processing, and we went to institutes like IFPT Tanjavur, IIMR, CFTRI, where we started learning about the food processing scientifically. So we are a company where we have serving our customers with staples, which is millet grains. We have ready to cook items like vermicellis and instant mixes, and we have ready to eat items also like millet cookies and millet snacks. So in the year 2017, our journey started, and we quickly decided that branding our products would be the way forward. So we started branding our products in the year 2019, 18, and the brand name which we registered and got promoted was Bliss Tree. So this was a great challenge to us. As we started off with branding, there were huge challenges which came up in packing because we are a small startup, so we didn't have the bandwidth of employing so much of money in, just to bring the packing collaterals. So we thought about cost effective way of packing using labeling, and that too without compromising the aesthetic presentation of our products. That worked us. That helped us in a long way. So whatever we did, we had the customer in the mind. So basically, our journey was based totally on customer centricity. So we don't create products as we want it or what we like basically. So we do a thorough research on what the customer needs, and we very closely listen to the customer and evolve products around their requirements so that their requirements are met, and the market is giving us a lot of feedback on a daily basis, which we focus very closely to evolve our products. As we grow, we found out being flexible and adaptable is the most important thing for evolving. So what we was thinking right 5 years back is not holding good today. I wouldn't have dreamt to take my products abroad, but the day came that we decided that we have to take this leap to evolve, so that we had to change the process to meet the international standards, get certifications. And the first country we started exporting was to the US. So we had to fulfill a lot of norms, which took a lot of effort from us, and we didn't hesitate to take professional guidance. In fact, we employ food technologists who are from NIFTM Tanjavur regularly for the past 4 years now, and they help us a lot, sharing their knowledge and taking and guiding us in the right path. And for our success, one of the major reason is products, and we R&D is a day-to-day activity there where we come up with new products, and we have to serve markets differently because there are certain new formulations which we make for specific market requirements. Because the market in the US might require something different. For example, we sell pancakes mixes there, so which has a total new formulation than what we do here. So based on their tastes and requirements, we do it. And for us, for any entrepreneur to win in the journey, we have to look at our commitment and the focus towards our purpose. If the purpose is clearly taken care of, taking our products globally, all the problems could be scientifically overcome through right support knowledge and learning from our own mistakes. And it is better to fail fast and learn from our mistakes and ask the right questions so that we don't repeat our mistakes again. So taking the product closer to the customer is the key, and we believe we have to get closer to the customer. We are a company which has an omni-channel presence, so we sell in the wholesale, we do retail, we do online sales, we do private labeling, we do exports, and we do institutions. So even one segment is not supporting us due to a reason, the other segments support us, and we keep our organization in full swing. So what would I say is like the purpose, if it is clear, and we can certainly overcome all the challenges, because now there are so much of possibilities of learning, and this kind of platforms are coming to support entrepreneurs, and as government is supporting all of us, and as the hackers have said, like we are comparatively from a tier 2 town like Tiruchirappalli, where the access to knowledge or professional help is very less, but still now we are in the national page now addressing people with the help of the technology, and we are given chances to represent our country in Dubai Expo. So there are a lot of right things which are happening in the millet space, and way forward, like we are looking at organic line separately, where we'll give much more premium products to our customers, and the holistic success of any product is not only the product. Naturally, food has to be tasty, and it has to meet the quality requirements. So there is no point telling that our product is quality and has taste in it, but it is the customer has to see the value in it, and it has to be appealing to them. First, the packing has to be good. Then the customer should enjoy the product, and he has to see the value so that he comes back to us. And it is not only that, and serving a customer also is a very important thing, because people do business with people. As a small and medium enterprise, we are an evolving brand. So the brand is just evolving, but the person who's leading, or the organization as a whole, should create a culture where the customer is made important, and all his needs are taken care of. As a startup, we may not have budgets for getting into big time marketing, but we effectively use the BTL, which is the below the line marketing, with the social media, and now the situations have come where people are coming to us. Earlier, we used to go to the market. Now, a lot of people have identified that there is a player like this, and there are companies, bigger companies, who are approaching us for private label. I think I have almost done here with the time. The sustained effort is the key for any entrepreneur to win in his venture. So, with this, all the support and the great market which is there, the sustained effort and the committed focus on the purpose will certainly take greater heights, so that the entrepreneur can be successful. And I once again
Thank you, Shivaram Krishnan. I think I remember many steps that you are just treading as a baby steps, and then I'm so glad to see that you are just not in India but also in the export market. You are going to be part of the Dubai delegation also. So I think the mantra is simple and quite clear. The decisions, what we should take and what we should not take, that matters very much. But I think the environment and the ecosystem at that time might be different. And today's context, I think millet entrepreneurship के लिए इतना support है. Institutions for technology, government with the policy support, and new things that are coming, a very dedicated way to support and be with you. I think that is the most greatest blessing that you can think of, and the technical knowledge thereof, and the digital platforms that are coming. And who is to talk about Apida? Millets, there was not a topic at all for Apida. Today, Apida has come up with a policy, and business schools, everybody is just going around. More important thing is Prime Minister is solidly backing all of you. So I think with these beautiful thoughts that which you people brought, I'll just move on to NL Mamata, not Giri, Mr. Giri, on behalf of NL Mamata, Urban Millets Private Limited, founder and managing director.
Mr. Giri, V.S. Giri from Urban Millets Private Limited, Bangalore, is having Masters in Engineering with 30 years of experience in marketing and project implementation. He has implemented about 5 projects related to food industry. He has worked as marketing consultant and helped young entrepreneurs to set up food industry. He has joined Urban Millets in view of promoting value addition of millets benefiting all stakeholders and farmers. The session is over to you, sir, for experience sharing, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm representing Urban Millets Private Limited. Actually, I'm giving this on behalf of Madam Mamta. She's the founder and managing director of Urban Millets Private Limited. She's traveling because of that. I'm taking up this. Actually, to brief what made us to start this millet industry was Mamta Madam has about 25 years of experience in food making, and after selling her previous industry, which is called as Mamta Foods, and after the no competitive class, we were just looking what to do and what not to do. And we came across that everybody was talking about millet, and nobody knew how to cook millet. That was one of the things. So we wanted to make, rather she wanted to make the best use of the opportunity. And we started developing a product. Mamta Madam is an engineering graduate with 25 years of experience in food making. She has got about 125 food products, in that about 50 food products are related to millets only. We are there in almost all the range, right from ready to cook, ready to eat beverages, snacks, and all those things. And we brand for almost all the big players. If the PPT is there, I can just share to whom all we are branding. That will just come back to that later on. What we do as this thing in Urban Millets. Urban Millet was incorporated in 2018. It's run and managed by it was incorporated in 2018 and run and managed by women entrepreneurs. We have got two brands. One is called as True Millet, and other one is True Millet Express. We are having about 50 employees. In that, 95% are women employees. And we have also got unpolished millet processing unit, which has got 7-stage processing and totally hand untouched by hand. And we directly purchase millet from farmers. And we are also planning to form clusters where farmers can grow millets for us, whereas we can also give them a good quality seeds. Our main motto of Urban Millet is to give value addition to millet, so that our farmers get a better price for their produce. And the third one is to give employment for more women. That's what the motto of Urban Millet does. So what we do, what does Urban Millet does? We do value addition to millet so that more people buy millet based products, which encourage farmers to grow more and more millets, and they get better price for the produce. We want to make millet cooking easy so that we can convince a wider spectrum of people to buy our products. So we want to promote value-added millet products as diabetic and friendly and good health food for the Weight Watchers. And we are doing continuous R&D and to make millet cooking easier and healthier. And the main motto of Mamta Madam is to solve the last question that arises in the mind of an housewife before she goes to bed. So that is through our breakfast solution. So we are always creating a product for our customers and not customers for our product. So our motto is to make easier, faster, healthier breakfast, and we want to make millet cooking tastier and easier. As Dayanand sir told, our beloved Prime Minister is bent upon promoting millets. So this was one of the inspiration which made us to take up millet processing. He had tweeted this way back in November 2017 only. So almost the state government and the central governments are also promoting millets, which is helping us to do good in millet business. So we do private labeling to almost all the major players like Big Basket. We were the one who were making a good ad brand for them, about 23 millet products for them. And we were doing for Big Bazaar also in the name of Nilgiris, about 5 products. Fortunately, that's stopped now. And we are exporting to US also. We are doing for Mandya Organic. We are doing for Swiggy Cloud Kitchen. We give them in bulk and they prepare and they sell it. We are also branding for a company called as Chamfer, and we are also branding for the leaders in millet, Manna. We are doing about 5 products, and we are also adding another 5 products for them. And we are doing about 3 products for Ella Food. Ella Food is the company which is related to Bharat Biotech. And we're also doing for HK Naturals. And we're also doing about 6 products for Kapiva, that is Baidyanath Chamanprash parent brand. For them, we are doing it. Yeah, this is what the Good Diet is. Big basket, we are doing about 23. This is for the Nilgiris one. And this is for the exports, what we are doing for Mandya Organic. And this is quinoa products what we're doing. This is for the Chamfit. These are all some of the branding what we are doing. We'll come back to our brand. So we are different from others. Others just add about 15% of millet to upma and 20% to pongal. And their base ingredient would be only suja beaten rice, as one of our this thing from Millet Chef told. So True Millet has about 72% of millet in upma and 42% in millet pongal. We use millet as a base ingredient. That's how we are different from others. So we are different. 95% of the products can be prepared by just adding water. All our products are 100% natural without any preservatives, and all the products can be prepared in one step. And we have got about 18 years of experience in food R&D and about 100 plus products in millets only. So these are our brands. You can please, True Millet is our brand. So we have got ready to cook range. In that we have got Mysore millet, Mysore masala dosa, Adai dosa, soft idli, pepper pongal, bisibelevat, veg pulao. You can just, these are all the products, veg pulao, and this is how the packing is. Next. So these are all our products. It's in the name of this thing. We have got healthy snacks. And you don't believe all these snacks are made out only with 100% millet. We don't add any rice flour or anything like that. And we have got True Millet Express, where we can have 5 minutes breakfast. And it is anytime, anywhere health breakfast. So these are all the ranges. This is in the Express range where you can just cook within 5 to 6 minutes. So this is our raw millet, unpolished. And we got health drink. One is millet badam and popped ragi milk. So where it can be, it's 3 in 1. It has a drink, smoothie and porridge. So these are the ragi milk and badam milk. So we have got, in order to promote millet, we have got a millet experience truck. We have got about 3 trucks which goes to malls, which goes to parks, and which goes to other places, apartments. And we promote. Here we will not be selling the product. What we want, it is kitchen on wheels, where you can prepare everything. Or if the customer wants to try it, he can come and try. We got everything. We got dosa tawa, idli making. We got bin marriage. We got everything in that. It's totally experience truck. Okay, this is how it is packed in front of us. This is one of the unique thing what we are doing. So our future plan, we want to have True Millet Cafes, a chain of health quick service restaurants, and we have got breakfast vending machine and beverage vending machine. I'll just show that. We have already developed that. So this is the neighborhood hotel which we are planning. So it will be a quick service restaurants similar to this. We are planning to have that. Due to COVID, we couldn't launch this. We are planning to have about 100 plus in Bangalore only. So this is our breakfast vending machine called as Magic of Ma, and it's called as Anytime Millet. It will dispense millet breakfast like upma, pohas, and other things. So that's what it's IoT enabled. We are ready to launch it. The prototype, everything is ready. So this is our health drink vending machine. Here we are going to dispense popped ragi milk, millet badam, plain millet drink. That's how we are doing. And this is, we already have about 10 missions working in and around Bangalore. So this is about the media coverage about our Madam Mamta Madam. All this effort is all because of Mamta Madam, what she has put in giving life to millet. And we always say that we are the millet specialists. I hope you all agree to this. And one more request, what I have to the leaders of this thing, Research Institute, other things. The basic thing which I think you got very good connection with the Prime Minister and other decision makers. Here, whatever the value addition we make, we'll be giving about 18% of GST. Whereas other products, their base will be of rice. Rice is about 30 rupees and we'll be paying about 80 rupees for millet. On that, for suppose all the millet products will be about 80 to 100 rupees. So we are paying another, customer will be paying another 18 rupees extra. So competing with non-millet, it has become a big headache. I think other startups will also agree this with us. So if we just convey that to make GST holiday for millet processing and millet value addition product, that would be very helpful for us. That's the only major thing which is taking us. That's why customers, when they just look at the millet packets, it's about 80, 90 rupees. And if they see the other packets of the rice dosa, rice idli, which is priced at 50, 60 rupees, obviously he buys that. That is the major problem why there is a price rise in this. I thank IFTP for giving this opportunity to showcase what we are doing and how we are doing. And we thank you on behalf of Mamta Madam. Sorry, she couldn't come to this. We try to meet Ananta Padmanabhan and Dayanand sir also in future when we get an opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's a very nice story. Now, concluding session, the whole session morning to now, Dr. Daga Rao will conclude the whole session. So you can, over to you, sir. You can close the meeting.
I would like to really just, it's, the different dimensions that are brought by the three of the startups shows that they're also going through some bleeding. I think that which we need to address across, and the type of the environment which we are going through today, it is very conducive compared to what it used to be. I think it is going to improve further. And Dr. Anand Ramakrishna himself is leading MOPA, initiatives and all those things. And we discuss on this particular one raised by the last speaker, the sharing by Mr. Giri, that we are also addressing and trying to sensitize the policymakers about the GST part also. I think it takes time because it is all, they look into various other parameters, they have a different argument altogether. But nevertheless, I think with the startup itself, they want to, the Prime Minister himself is very favoring in terms of the support and hand-holding that should go. That's the reason the entire ecosystem is now geared up. Now, I think things are going to, Prime Minister, in the Prime Minister's word, Achhe din, so the good days are going to come for millets. I think next year things are going to be much more because this is India-led thing, and we want you to come out with bigger business plans and where you can scale up your efforts and take it to the export markets. Because tomorrow, after announcing if these products are not available to the other countries, I think we are shaming ourselves. So all the startups must be able to gear up for that. There are difficulties. I know you started the difficulty, and then now we will also continue. Beautiful sessions that went through, but I think this is a befitting conclusion to this today's business opportunity webinar that is being organized by on behalf of MOFPA, NIFTEM, and all others, the whole team. I compliment, and I just want to throw some light on this. Some of the opportunities that are looming in millet sector, which you may not be aware. So I think quite a good number of people are there. So I would like to just share that millet scenario. People were talking which state, what it goes and all those things. But I would like to tell you that the major three cereals, three millets, sorghum, bajra and ragi have put together are about 90% out of the total 17 million tons that India is producing. We have increased our production from 16 millions to 17. So I think we are going in a positive direction. Also with an export CAGR up to 3% in the last 5 years ending with 2020. That is a positive thing. So, but I think today we are talking about millets means there is a USP, unique selling proposition. So that we all need to know that why we should go for millets when so many other alternatives are available. They are dryland crops, low water requirement, resilient to climate, sustainable future crop, offers as a source of food fodder, termed nutri-cereals, and they possess rich health benefits. It is spoken, and it is now technology is available in terms of ready to eat, ready to farm. So beautiful photographs were presented and the branding made by True Millets. In fact, they are also gluten-free and positioned as a functional foods. But taking forward, there are several challenges, but I would try to. In 2007-8, we started this journey of reviving millets demand and trying to work across the value chain, and then with the World Bank funding. So we identified what are the problems and then started building a value chain around that. So it was a very tough journey for us all through this particular thing, because value chain is nothing but trying to bring all the stakeholders concerned on a common platform and create a demand, because demand is this real crux of it. The supply, more and more it is being produced, and it is the area under it is coming down. So people, you need people to eat them. So rice and wheat was taking the country's entire food basket. So we had to build up millets value chain with the help of ITC, National Institute of Nutrition, and state agriculture universities. So the various interventions we brought, on-farm production, completely diversifying the value addition, diversified processing, because it was only atta was there. So from there, can you bring about ready to both more convenience into various diversified products into this? So the value addition was a very crucial component, but without talking on nutrition, we cannot really pitch for millets. Entrepreneurship development, what is developed has to be passed on to the entrepreneurs, and then promotion, popularization, which is very much required. Still, it is required even today, but taking it to the commercialization. The first brand was Eat Right by IIMR. So we could this brand made really just ripples around it, and now today you find that multiple brands that have come up, 500 brands across the country, and more concentrated towards the south and western part of it. So emerging business opportunity for startups, I think you need to know that we have built up a case for various startups. So these are some of the photographs to those who have not come. Indian Institute of Millet Research, and beneath is the Nutri Hub. Now it is making news, getting into that, and countrywide recognition to take the startups who are coming out of it are becoming relevant to the country. Now, when we talk about from the seed, inputs, farm aggregation, the business opportunities I'm talking, seed manager. If somebody wants to manage the quality seed, if you want to bring in, then there is an opportunity that they can go for the farming about it, and the price of the seed is double or triple that of the grain. So people have to think this can be done in some of the few things. 4 startups are working in this particular thing so far out of many. And some of them are also into farm inputs. So this is also, we need to understand that people, those who are working in trying to get into that, the type of the inputs that get into the millet production are very different, especially as we treat them as an organic products. And this input also is a market. Farm equipment is another market that one can think of. 4 farms are there, like Kheti Gadi, J Farm, Jain Irrigation. These are all doing it, but I'm just giving some of the examples of that. So this farm aggregation is another one. Pooling and aggregation. Small people, farmers grow in only half acre. So now today, if you want to commercialize, the supply chain is very important. How you are going to aggregate, bulk it, store it. These are so some people can really work in. So FPOs are doing it, but there could be also more professionalism that can be brought into that through the startups involvement. In millets itself, Vishaka Millets, FPO, Sai Sustainable, where based in Odisha, and many others are also into this particular business plan. Some warehousing facilities. Now you just bulk it, and then storing is very important, because these are all seasonal crops, only grown in one season. Can we take it to the all-round supply, all-year supply, by just storing it in a proper way? And I think there are a startup called WareHub has come up to try to bring out digitization into that particular storage levels also. And then when we talk about the farm gate processing, this is very, very vital again. There are some startups who are working, and FPOs are also working, trying to understand that what is that machinery, that is minimal machinery that is required for the processing millets at that. So that could be another business opportunity, where many a time our problem is that we want to venture into entire value chain. So we burn our fingers. So you need to choose which of the area where you can specialize and get into that. So that other players can play and link up with them and try to bring up more sustainable models. Now, when you talk about the fabrication, there are about 10 companies who are doing this fabrication. There is a huge demand for producing this thing, because many people, governments are looking forward to bring in subsidized machinery, and there are very few takers. So people, those who are with a mechanical engineering background and a fabrication factories and the background, those people can venture into this startup companies. Now, when you talk about the value added products they are producing, and one can be distributors, ready to eat foods. There are many models. People can get into the breakfast models, they can get into cookies, puffs, extruded snacks. So if you want to bring a bunch of the products also, you have a lot of opportunities. Now, how you are going to place them, retail chains or e-commerce, that is another game. So one can venture into those things also. So we need to choose this. We was talked by many of the speakers, so I don't want to get into this, but this is a very big market that can get into that. Though it appears a niche market, but I think it is emerging in the urban areas where the lifestyle diseases are prowling like anything. So one can get into that. Now, soulful morning beverages, it could be beverages also, nutraceuticals, functional foods, soft drinks. There are many technologies that are available now. One can take those things and go. But I see that the new generation of the startups who are coming up, they are also interested in to get into the infant foods or the baby foods with a background on nutrition, trying to make malts, energy drinks, retail chains, and a range of brands that are coming up. We are supporting some of them, so we're branding that which, because there is a market for that. In fact, Nestle has come up with the baby foods in Africa. So recipes and meals. Now this is a restaurant, could be another. Now people are coming with the cloud kitchens. They are coming with a small restaurant, come a store also. So we have heard people speaking about that. The last speaker was talking about the mobile cafe and also vending machines and all those things. Now the cook, what we call is the trucks, like vending trucks are coming up. So that mobile trucks could also be another business model. Now the functional foods. There's a huge market. People are willing to pay more money for that. How you are going to position the product is very important. By bringing good packing and good labeling, I think one can get into this another area of business plan. Now, when you talk about the novel and emerging trends of these things, plant proteins. This is a less known thing. Many a time you find it in pulses and all this. Now, because there is a reason why we should integrate millets with pulses also and bring in the best. Now, if you talk about proso millet, it has about 15 to 17% of protein. So beautiful products can be brought into that by blending with the pulses, and so that the amino acids, essential amino acid composition, which are missing in pulses, can be complemented by millets and vice versa. So we need to understand that the type of the new markets that are emerging out of the nutraceuticals. Again, this is a very big market. If you talk about the analog foods that are also coming, like rice, meat, milk, when they are marketing of these things, so they are made, they can be made with millets. All these things in different forms, but the basic ingredient could be millets. And you will not be able to make nano foods. Again, it is that this is a subject of Dr. Anand Ramakrishnan. I don't want to steal that particular thing, but I think now we were talking about the bran oil. The other day, I was just having a discussion, CFTR and IMR working on producing some sort of a bran oil also. Now, little millet, whatever study shows, is about 15% of it contains oil. So can we really market it for that? So we are still in the under study, but this could be another good area, because the type of the quality of the oil is quite good. The initial indication points out. Now somebody is interested in beer, micro breweries. So this is I'm sure that many people must be wondering. In fact, in Africa, there are this is already being Sab Miller and others. They are coming. The type of the beer that produces of a very high quality, because the neutral spirit that produces out of it. In fact, sorghum is a very good ideal source, which is where one can think about using as a cheaper raw material compared to barley and others which are not grown in our country. we can bring down the cost also. So beer making could be another thing. Microbreweries. Bangalore is full of microbreweries. Now biofuel. The sweet sorghum varieties are there where you can, from the stock, you can produce the ethanol that can be used for as a biofuel. So a lot of work is going on, a lot of emphasis, starch production, animal feed production, and many other things. And agencies can come around and go around, because next year is going to be a very, very big thing. Now, FICCI is talking about millets, CIA is talking about millets. Why not a startup talking about creating that an agency who can come up with the promotion and awareness creation? IMR will be more glad, and along with other institutes, I think you can get the content to take these things forward. So we would like to support them. And when it comes to the captive or mass markets, the public funded programs is going to be a big market. So the government feedings everywhere, the piloting is happening. We have tied up with several government WCD programs, state governments, and trying to see whether millets can get into that and how the children would react and what is the impact on their nutrition. So I think this is going to be a very big, because other markets could be smaller size. Once this comes, then the millets may not be available for others. So simultaneous production ecology has to be built around with so many business plans. And if somebody wants to offer a capacity building and training programs, there is also an opportunity with a little bit more of a modernized way where we can bring in, take the models, because to reach out to the world and world's communities, it's going to be a very big business around this thing. People are not aware of this thing, whether it's a product training or recipe training or whether physical training or farm methods training. I think one can go for it. Now the startups incubation is another big opportunity where, in fact, it is a unique architecture with a DST funding and RKVA funding and ICR. We have support now. Currently, we are supporting 200 plus startups, and we have disbursed about 6.6 crores for 66 startups. So I think opportunity is beckoning. Those who are willing to coming with an innovative idea. So you will investment could be another startup. A lot of people are coming. There are two programs, Engrain and Nest, where the investment can also be supported so that you may raise up. You need to qualify and do that. So we have been making a bigger impact. Though Indian Institute of it began with the Crop Improvement Institute, but today we are from crop to the product to the consumer, from the production to consumption system, entire value chain being covered. But we would like to go with the other institutes and our fellow institutes from MOPI, especially NIFTEM, Tanjavur and others, so that these startups may be immensely benefited. We are going to work together with all of you. Especially, we have we have built up a facilities, large scale facilities for the startups to come and produce. These startups who are incubated with us, they can stay with us up to 1 year and a maximum period up to 18 months, and then they can make use of the facilities. You take this, you need to pay the user charges, and meanwhile you can make a conscious decision of which machine to choose, and which I have put one this milling machine. Here you see that there are three types of technologies that are there. Chekki atta, then you have a hammer mill, then you have a roller floor mill. So you can try by yourself over a period of 1 year and find out the product quality, and you can adopt to your own situation and then make use of that. What a best provision that is being made. I think now we are launching, we are going to have a field day, inviting all the startups to come and see all these facilities. These facilities are not for us, it is built for you. So please make use of them and produce the product, and you can brand, label on your own brands, you can take it up. So, but there is a user charge for this thing. So we are building up a huge facility, and about 10 processing lines are there with us. Now we would like to offer all these things to you. But as said and that, startups opportunities are many. Many institutions are building. So this presentation, I just eat millets, stay healthy. But I think the final words I want to hear from Anand Ramakrishnan more than anybody else.
Sir, thank you, sir. It is you have taken the journey of yourself as well as IMR that is visible in your slides, and I think participants would have been got a feel about what is going on in our institutions. Not only that, now like Ministry of Food Processing Industry has funded again NutriHub some more funding, and Daga Rao sir is in the process of making good facilities for more support for the millet processing. And we wanted to make it what I said in my inaugural speech. Because we have put a lot of effort to bring into the year of millets for the 2023, and Prime Minister is very keen, and we wanted to make it especially for the IMR and NIPTAM Tanjavur, as well as Ministry of Food Processing Industry, Agriculture Ministry, big impact in the global. And we wanted to not only make it a big brand of millet, and also we wanted to make it a global brand of IMR as well as NIPTAM Tanjavur. That is our aim, and we are working very hard, especially with Dr. Dagarao. And hope you would have been enjoyed the today's whole day sessions. And we
congratulations, congratulations. Actually, it's
congratulations to all, sir. It is the part of everybody jointly we have done, and you would have witnessed what Dr. Dagarao mentioned about that. One is the PMFME scheme, PLI scheme, and other schemes also coming everywhere. People are telling not only what we heard about GST, and people wanted millets should be included in the MSP, and all the things the government also working on it. When the very nice climate is coming up, so you need to capitalize. That's what somebody wanted to get into this business. Please do start your company. Today would have been heard a lot of things. This is the ideal time. Right now, our market size is the $265 billion business of food processing industry. It's going to be a $535 billion in another 5 years' time. No other segment is growing such a rapid pace. And the last 2 years, 35% increase in the ready-to-eat, ready-to-cook product in the market. So definitely millet has the role into that. So please think about it. And we are here to support both the side, either IMR or NIPTAM Tanjavur. We joined hand. We wanted to make it a millet hub in India, and it not only gives the names to our country and also increase the farmers' income and also foreign exchange to our nation. Once again, thank you so much for attending this wonderful event, and thank you so much for the Daga Rao and all the speakers today morning to now. And thanks for my team at NIPTAM Tanjavur PMFME team and all my colleagues. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.